Hello everyone and welcome back to Efficient Gaming. There's a very short break in between my last video and this one, which was because last week's one I got out pretty much after the Monster Week had finished, but there was good reason for that, and because of that we have come up with some more cool things to go over with you, but they require a little bit more research from myself. I can now say that I've worked out the whole park and not park thing, and I've worked out some different spawn locations for monsters, and we're going to do a bit of research on that and get that to you in another video. But for now, we're just going to look at this week's timed task tips, and this week's timed tasks are based on legendary cursed ones. So let's check it out. Alright, so what's new? My phone would load it. Monster Week, Cursed Ones. Witcher, I can't believe it. Cursed creatures are looming in the darkness, threatening to send the most powerful among them to destroy us. Day or night, city or village, wherever you see them, don't underestimate their strength. It may surpass your expectations. It's because they're legendary. Finish this week's time tasks before time's up and put those legendary monsters in their place. Or at least it mentioned they're legendary. So we're going to have a very quick look at where to find this week's monsters, although without having done this research yet, I'm not 100% sure. But apart from the fact that I'm pretty sure there is it's despawned. There was a Thunster over there just now, and there's one over there now. Right, so that's cool. But we're not going to do that now because we've already done that, and that would be an inefficient use of a potion if I were to just defeat that singular legendary now. But also I don't need to do it because I've already done all of the Thunsters. Anyway, we are looking at where to find this week's monsters. So we're looking for the Thunster, which says common in all natural environment types, increased activity in fog. Basically pray for fog because fog will mean they'll be everywhere. And we are also looking for the, why can I not find out because it's lower? White Striga. So these ones say the same thing. So basically, except this one is nocturnally active. So you'll find the Thunster during the day and you will find the White Striga during the night. So for me, that's going to make it quite difficult to get the White Striga. I don't often go out adventuring in, well, anywhere at night. So let's just hope that, like the Thunster, even though this isn't really a natural environment, because, you know, I live in a house and there are lots of other houses around me, it's still spawned here. So let's just hope that we get lucky in the evening with the White Striga as well. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the time tasks. So, pretty much standard rewards as we always get. I don't know why they keep handing out so many experience scrolls. Must be for all the low-level players who are looking to level up. I'm not that fussed about leveling up. I've only got half a level to go. I'd have been there by now, but yeah. Anyway, kill 3 White Strigas. That gives you 200 gold. Gather 50 units of powdered monster tissue. That gives you 2 of the cursed bait, which is cool. It's nice that they've reintroduced the specific bait for each type of monster. That is going to be beneficial in another video I've got coming up, but we'll focus on that later. Kill 3 Thunsters, and that gives you some of the elemental oil back that we were using last week. Kill 3 legendary monsters from the Curse class without dealing any fire damage. And that gives you a couple of Petri's Filters. It's kind of useful, giving you Petri's Filters when you're not dealing any fire damage. Although I suppose technically you could deal kinetic damage, but anyway. Kill 2 legendary monsters from the Curse class without using signs, and kill 2 legendary monsters from the Curse class after performing at least 3 perfect parries and 3 perfect critical hits. Now, we have tried to do that all at once, and I've got a video example of that here. I'm going to look at right now. Okay, so as you can see, I was quite lucky this morning, and I found a couple of Thunsters just literally in range of me as I opened the app. I was not at home at this point, but yeah, so that's just me showing you all the tasks that we're aiming to complete, which is pretty much everything that you can do while defeating a Thunster. And we're going to give that a go now. So I've purposely picked the Manticore Silver Sword for this one because we're not allowed to use fire damage, and I thought it would best to be kept away from kinetic damage as well. We're going for a majority survivability build, so we're going for a Swift and a Swallow Potion. And because this is a legendary, I've just gone for... I was going to use the Cursed Oil, but that's technically more expensive and lasts longer, and there's only a couple of things here. So we're going to use Thunderbolt. There's a couple of monsters here. Hopefully I'll be able to defeat both of those while I've got these 5-minute buffs on. Okay, so we're focusing on not using any signs, because if we don't use any signs, then, well, we haven't used any signs. We're focusing on getting perfect parries and perfect critical hits. So if we don't use any signs and we haven't got a fire sword, then we're definitely not going to be doing any fire damage. It is difficult to do. It's very balanced fight with the things that I've got on and the monster hitting you. So the only thing I would say if you want to make this fight a bit easier for yourself would be to increase the health points that you've got from some of the previous special event consumables. So I think it is... I looked at this the other day and I said it like literally yesterday, but I can't think of what it was again. It's one of the Christmas cookies, or I think it's hot chocolate specifically. So we managed to defeat that Thunster, which is our first legendary cursed one. So we're going to just check out that we got all the time tasks ticked off. Yep, so 1 Thunster, and we've done the no fire, no signs, and perfect parries and perfect critical hits. So, you know what, since there's another Thunster here, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Again, we're focused on the same things. We're focused on not using our signs. We're focused on no fire damage, which is easy because we haven't got a fire damage sword, and we're not using signs or bombs. And we are focused on getting those perfect parries and perfect critical hits. So as you can see, I've just missed a perfect parry and perfect critical hit. Now this is the reason why I didn't also want to use a cursed oil, because if you use a cursed oil, then you're also going to be defeating the monster quicker, which gives you less chance of getting perfect parries and perfect critical hits, because obviously the longer the fight lasts, the more chance that you've got to do that, the less damage you're doing. But you've got to balance it with actually being able to defeat the monster in the end, otherwise you won't get any of the tasks completed anyway. So that's why I went for a more survivability build rather than a pure damage build. You could do it if you were absolutely perfect with a majority damage build, but it's safer to play on the survivability side of things. So that has completed a good couple of quests for us. And I think what's happened when I come out of here is I've just spotted a 3rd Thunster off in the distance just past that Nemeton. So I'm going to pause the video right here and run off to go and get that. But yeah, so the only thing that we have not demonstrated in this video is killing a white Striga. Now that's because I wanted to get this video out earlier than last week, and no white Strigas have spawned yet. So what I'll do is we're going to pull up the white Striga in the bestiary, or however you want to pronounce it. I'm probably pronouncing it horribly wrong, and we're just going to look at what it's weak to. Right, so strong attacks, silver and fire. We're not going to use fire because technically out of this task, just in case you didn't find any Thunsters or managed to make it difficult, kill 3 legendary monsters from the curse class without dealing any fire damage. So we can now do that one using... because we've already completed this one without signs, we can use signs. So as long as we don't use the Igni sign, and we keep away from the Melith and Incandescent Heart swords, we can do that quite easily. So again, we're going to look at the white Striga. When killing a white Striga, I would probably go for a Swift Potion. Don't necessarily need the Swallow Potion because we don't have to do those perfect parries and perfect critical hits, and we are allowed to use signs now. For the signs, I would either use Ard for an attack interrupt, again because we are not allowed to use Igni, or Quen just for that extra damage resistance without having to actually parry. that would be my strategy behind that. You could pop a cursed oil on this one. There is no reason that we need to be doing it slower now. So a thunderbolt and a cursed oil would also help. Because again, we've already done that 3 perfect parries and 3 perfect hits on the Thunster. But again, if you are doing it and doing those tasks on a White Striga instead, then obviously just go more for the survivability build like I did for the Thunster. And that'll do you. Strigas don't have particularly difficult attack animations. You can sort of see when it's coming. It might take you a couple of goes to get it exact, but you'll get it eventually. What else? So that pretty much covers it. I mean, the only other thing, you got to kill 3 White Strigas, 50 units of powdered monster tissue. You only get powdered monster tissue from killing commons, so every time you kill a common, go and delete all your powdered monster tissue, and then go kill some more commons to get more powdered monster tissue, and then repeat. 3 Thunsters, you saw us do that, and you know what we're doing. I've only got to kill 1 more Cursed Legendary without fire damage, and I'm going to do that on the Striga when I find it. 2 Legendaries without signs, we did that, and 2 Legendary monsters with perfect parries and critical hits. Yeah, so the majority of this time task week is going to focus on survivability for the tasks that they've given us. And yeah, I do hope you enjoy the week and look forward to some more videos discussing very specifically where to find certain types of monsters. So hopefully going forward, we'll all be able to do these weeks easier because we'll know where to look for the monsters. But thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you guys soon. See ya.